Scrappy friends, I have a quick layout for you today. This I did last week for one of the challenges on the Victoria Marie Facebook group page. It was a 30-minute challenge. And so I thought, hey, that would be fun. Every once in a while, I think it's fun to just challenge myself to see if I can do a layout a little bit more quickly than normal. So I put my timer on, and I am using this background that I had already pre-painted. So I guess in a way I kind of cheated. But a couple of layouts ago, I had that paint going on, and so to not waste the paint, I just did circles on it. So I'm going to use that, and it's just on craft cardstock. I'm also going to use my Click kit for last month. Whoop. I hit my thing. And so this is also going to help me do things just a little quicker. And so I was trying to figure out how I could best use those papers because they're also pretty, and I'm actually really having a hard time using them because they're so pretty that I don't want to just like cut them up. I really am enjoying this kit, and I'm actually finding that the layouts aren't taking me that long, though I'm not doing as much mixed media with them as a lot of the other stuff that I tend to do, so that could be part of it. So I'm just layering those strips. I thought that that would look really cute, and then I'm going to end up putting my photos in the middle, and I have two photos. These are from 2013, I believe. Yeah, 2013. So one is of the mountains and like a missile thingy. And then the other one is from the inside of the Space Museum in New Mexico. I want to say it's Alamogordo, I believe, is where it was. When we were getting ready to leave El Paso, that was one of the places that we hadn't went, and we decided to go and visit there. So this is pretty quick, or I should say soon before we left there. So I want to layer behind that photo just because I think that it needs something else in between the craft paper and the photo. And I like that arrowy paper. It's really fun. So I just use a little bit of that. Though you're not going to really see much of it, just the way that I have things layered. And I really like that 3x4 card that says, "Let's go exploring." I'm not a fan of that color, but it's a crepe paper color that they've used before, or a similar color, I should say. And it does work well with all the other stuff. I really love that black and white paper. So I'm going to use that to layer behind this photo, and that's the only two papers that I end up using on there. I really don't want to overwhelm it because with the dots in the back anyway, I feel like it doesn't really need much to, it doesn't really need much, I don't think. I don't know if it's this collection or maybe it's just the kit in general. I felt like it didn't really need much embellishing, and it could just be that there's not as many embellishments that I have that really go with it, but I don't know. So I'm going to put it over that area where the road is anyway, because it's not like there's anything going on in that area that needs to be shown. And I'm figuring out where I want to put that tag that says Our Adventures. I really like the color, and it kind of ties in. And I think it needed something in that corner, so it just kind of helps balance that out. And it is a slight diagonal from the top to the bottom. I think that's why I stick it on that other side, just like the card. And I really like that there. I know I played around, and you'll see that in a little while, with some other embellishments that I thought might work in that corner, or like on the other side, but I just didn't like the way it looked. I just felt like it threw it off balance. So Like I said, I kind of go with an easy approach. Like, at first I'm looking at that acetate, but I really didn't want to cover up the picture because that background picture, it looks really pretty with the mountains and the sky, and you really can't see that rocket shuttle thing, the space equipment. And I liked that happy there, but I just thought it looked a little awkward with it hanging off the picture and stuff, so that's one thing that sometimes when you're looking at it on a camera, you see things a little bit different. So it didn't look too bad there, but in real life I just thought it looked a little awkward because you can see the edges of the acetate. So I use a couple of those arrows just to give it a little dimension, and also so it flows from the pictures. And that copper color is really fun. So I'm just kind of going through some of the embellishments. Though, even though this is kind of like we traveled to go do this and the colors matched really perfectly, which is why I picked those pictures, because Native American-y, New Mexico, feel. But I just didn't feel like I had a lot of embellishments that kind of told the story that I wanted it to tell. I mean, we drove like an hour, I think it was away. Alamogordo was like an hour away from El Paso. So it wasn't too far. I mean, there you have to drive like 3 or 4 hours to go see most things. And I think I was worried about it being off balance if I picked too big of embellishments. So I picked out that Explorer flare button, which was really cute. And it did kind of help connect the two photos a little bit better. And then I stick that there. And I really like that. And then I remembered that I had these gold, like almost foiled type of chipboard pieces from Pink Fresh Studio that I had colored with paint, like a almost dipped look. So I'm going to use that on there. I really like that. And it ties in the paint that I have on the back. So I'm just embellishing. And this is a little bit slower because obviously it took me a little bit more than 30 minutes. So, and then in a while, you'll see my phone actually come out because my buzzer went off, and I just kept going. Sometimes I'll reset, but I knew I was just about done. I used that glitter arrow. It was kind of cute. It just kind of points to everything and helps with your eye with the rotation of looking around, making sure you see everything on the page. But yeah, since I knew that there wasn't that much that needed to be done, I didn't reset my thing. I think it took like 40 minutes maybe to finish altogether, so it took me maybe an extra 10 minutes. If that, I don't know. I had to edit some out because I think I got up and did something. I use a couple of those stickers. I mean, this was a really, really simple layout. And like I said, I just double timed it. So to me, this seemed like really slow. This is like almost normal. It's not. It's still double. This is how slow I scrap. Apparently, I was not too worried about the half an hour time. I used some of those puffy stars. Those are so much fun. The only thing that I hate about them is they don't stick very well. Oh yeah, I forgot I used those Pink Fresh Studio. Last month they had a stamp that was an alphabet stamp, and so to make things easier on myself, I stamped out a whole bunch of images of those in different inks and then put them in a thing. So I'm going to spell new with those. I probably would have did New Mexico, except for I didn't really want to search for all the letters because I just put them all in one bag. So I was a little easy. Plus, I really like those craft thickers. I think those are from one of the Crepe Paper lines, Notes and Things maybe. So I like those. The only thing I will say about those Pinkfresh Studio stamp is that there's a learning curve to it. I don't know. I might have not had the right ink either. I felt like it didn't always stamp out a perfect image. So some of them didn't turn out that great in certain areas. So that was kind of annoying, but the ones that I found weren't too bad, and they're readable, so it didn't matter. And I like the colors. They kind of match with all the dots and everything, so it was just a fun way to make it. So the title is New Mexico Memories, and then I'm just doing enamel dots. I feel like I'm almost done because I did not really add much more to this. So I'm thinking all that I have left is just my journaling. See, so here's my timer went off. Normally I try not to take out my phone and show my phone when I'm doing videos because I kind of think that's a little cheesy. Though sometimes it happens, sometimes it's hard to edit out that kind of stuff, but I just left it in because it was the timer. So I wanted you guys to see that my timer did go off, and I knew that it went off. Yeah, these did not want to stick very well. But I think that's about it. So if you guys are curious and like to do challenges and you haven't headed over to Victoria Marie's Facebook page, go ahead and check that out. She has a group of us now who help with the challenges, and each week we come up with 2 different types of challenges, one on Wednesday and one on the weekend. And we just do challenges for each other, and it's super laid back, so you can just share your stuff. You can do a challenge if you have time. You can do it 2 weeks later, and it's just really to have fun and encourage us to think outside the box when it comes to doing scrapbook layouts, because sometimes it is a little bit harder to find that inspiration to just get started. Once you get started, it's easy from there, but just inspired in different ways to kind of think outside the box when it comes to scrapbooking. So, and we're a bunch of fun group over there. And I will be around later this week for another video. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.